All right, I threw this presentation together really quickly so that I have something to talk about for 5 minutes today. And of course, it's tied with the CompTIA CTT Plus course. And I'd like to offer an apology first. I have a little problem walking today because I went to Harrah's yesterday and I consumed an alcoholic beverage that was that size. And then, as I was trying to walk down Las Vegas Boulevard, I flipped my ankle over. Anybody ever play sports and you've got those injuries left over from playing sports? You can relate. I've got the trach ankles, so if I step on anything that's uneven, my ankles flip over. So I got the embarrassment of falling in the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard, my drink going one way, my phone going the other way, and me right in the middle of all the people that didn't speak English. And I sat there for a minute and gathered myself, and they were very nice people. They all asked if I was alive, if I was okay. So I picked myself up and got right back to it. This is a course introduction, and hopefully I deliver a knockout when I give this course today. First, what I would normally do when I'm doing a course like this, I would pass out an attendance sheet and get everybody's names, their addresses, their email, your contact information. Then I give a little syllabus, and I also teach college where I work. So right now I'm teaching air pollution controls. So one of the things that I'm trying to get is I kind of have to differentiate between my college teaching and my teaching when I'm teaching for underground storage tanks, and I also teach for GIS, like we talked about earlier. And this is my name, my contact information, if you guys want to get hold of me. My phone number, you can also text me at this number. So if anybody needs to get hold of me, you can text, you can call, you can email. I don't have instant messenger anymore. I think we got out. It's kind of outdated, so I don't really have it. But if you need to get hold of me, any of those will help. This is a little bit about me. My bachelor's of science is in environmental science, and the college I went to is called Midwestern State University. It's in Wichita Falls, Texas. I have a master's in industrial management with environmental emphasis. They went to Northeastern State University, which gets kind of confusing because we have MSU and we have NSU. They kind of sound alike. But when I first moved to Talpa, Oklahoma, the first football game they had that week was my old college playing my new college, so I didn't know which one to root for. This is how I got through college. I worked at North Texas State Hospital. I worked with mental patients, people that had schizophrenia. Anybody here have schizophrenia? And the thing about that is people that can be crazy, but it doesn't mean they're stupid. And there's a lot of crazy people that are just brilliant. I mean, the borders run on the same things. I also worked as a bartender, doorman, and bouncer, so the difference between drunks and crazy people is kind of slight. There's kind of some overlap between those two. Worked at a wastewater treatment facility. You said you had some experience working at a wastewater treatment facility. Worked at a wastewater treatment plant. I also did some time down in Costa Rica working with the citizens down there on some things that help them work in a sustainable environment so that they weren't using up all their trees and they weren't cutting everything down. After college, I went to work at a company called Metro where I actually climbed smokestacks. And these are some of the smokestacks I climbed. And when you would get up to these landings, you had to put a probe in. Has anybody ever climbed a smokestack? Anybody ever got a fear of heights? This job wouldn't be for you. It was really bad because you had to carry all the equipment up first, and then you hooked up a pulley and you pulled up the rest of the equipment. And you would spend usually 8 to 10 hours up there on that. And when it was hot, it was miserable. If you had to go to the bathroom, it was even worse because there's nowhere to go to the bathroom up there. And by the time you came down, it had been a long day. And the reason I quit that job is I got up there and they left me up with a calculator and I was working a 12-hour day and I was getting paid $24,000 a year. I figured I was making less than minimum wage, so I quit. And after college, after that I went to work at another company working in a wastewater treatment facility. And these are some of the equipment we made. Right now I work for the Cherokee Nation. I mentioned what that is. Anybody here? Any of you guys part of Indian? Can you prove it? You got documentation? We have too many people like that. The way they figured out who was Cherokee, they went through and they looked at people. And if you were darker skinned, they called you Cherokee. You were 100%. But you could have a brother or sister that was from the same mother and dad. They weren't the same complexion. You were 50%. So for the Cherokee Nation, there is no blood quantum. Basically, people like me that are